Jeffrey Epstein was a figure shrouded in mystery, sitting at the crossroads of wealth and power. As a wealthy financier and a convicted criminal, he connected with the world's most powerful people, from famous politicians to celebrities. His story is a complex one, filled with scandal and hidden secrets. It reveals how money and wrongdoing can be intertwined at the highest levels. Jeffrey Epstein's story is one of meteoric ascent shrouded in mystery. Starting in the world of finance, he amassed wealth and influence, establishing a successful financial consulting firm. His connections spanned the globe, placing him among society's elite. However, this glittering trajectory took a dark turn in 2005. Epstein faced arrest in Palm Beach, Florida, accused of sexually exploiting a minor. The charges led to a plea deal where he pleaded guilty to a single charge involving a victim, despite allegations from numerous other girls. This legal twist marked the beginning of Epstein's fall from grace, unveiling a hidden world of misconduct beneath his affluent exterior. The unsealing of Jeffrey Epstein's list sent ripples through the elite, revealing about 150 names of Epstein's associates, including friends, business contacts, and others. These names, culled from about 950 pages of court documents tied to Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell, paint a complex web of connections around Epstein. Notably, the list doesn't inherently imply criminal allegations against those named, but signifies various levels of association with Epstein. Several high-profile individuals are named in these documents. Prince Andrew faced allegations from Johanna Scheuberg, who claimed inappropriate behavior by the prince at Epstein's residence. Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz was also mentioned, with accusations against him detailed in the documents, though he has denied any wrongdoing. Jean-Luc Brunel, a French model scout facing legal troubles, was accused of exploiting underage girls and was closely linked to Epstein. American magician David Copperfield appeared as a friend of Epstein's, and former presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump were also mentioned, though without direct accusations of illegal activity. Jeffrey Epstein's connections reached into the highest circles of global influence, as revealed in the recently unsealed documents. These files, part of a 2015 civil lawsuit filed by Virginia Robert Giuffre against Epstein, shed light on his extensive network, including politicians, academics, and celebrities. Key figures mentioned in these documents include Prince Andrew, with allegations of sexual abuse, and Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz, who faced accusations from a woman known as Jane Doe No. 3. Jean-Luc Brunel, a French model scout who faced charges of raping underage girls, was also mentioned. High-profile U.S. presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump appeared in the documents, with testimonies referring to Clinton's alleged preferences and a recounted trip involving Trump's casino. The documents also referenced other notable figures like former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, actor Kevin Spacey, and former Vice President Al Gore. The disclosure of these names has reignited public interest in Epstein's network and the extent of his crimes, emphasizing his connections with influential figures worldwide. Being named in these documents does not imply that these individuals face allegations or evidence of wrongdoing, and many have denied any knowledge of Epstein's criminal activities. The recent documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case, part of Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell, reveal Epstein's strategy of leveraging his relationships with the influential to recruit and abuse teenage girls. Epstein flaunted his ties to figures like former presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, singer Michael Jackson, and magician David Copperfield, using their names to create an aura of power and to lure his victims. The victims, many aspiring to be models or artists, were drawn into Epstein's circles with promises touching their dreams. However, once ensnared, they faced a grim reality of exploitation and abuse. The documents describe a harrowing system where girls were paid to recruit others, creating a cycle of abuse under the guise of opportunity. High-profile names, while mentioned, are not all accused of wrongdoing. This disturbing saga of Epstein's abuse, masked by his powerful connections, continues to shock and provoke critical conversations about influence and exploitation in the highest echelons of society. In 2019, Jeffrey Epstein's past resurfaced with severe legal consequences. On July 8, 2019, he was charged in Manhattan federal court with sex trafficking of minors and conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of minors. The indictment alleged that from 2002 to 2005, Epstein sexually exploited and abused dozens of underage girls, enticing them to engage in sex acts for money. He created a vast network of victims, often as young as 14, whom he exploited in New York and Florida. Epstein or his associates would pay these victims, also encouraging them to recruit additional underage girls. This systematic abuse involved manipulating victims to provide massages that escalated to sexual acts. Epstein faced up to 40 years in prison for sex trafficking minors and an additional 5 years for conspiracy. However, his legal battle was cut short as he was found dead in his jail cell on August 10, 2019, in an incident ruled as suicide by hanging, a conclusion that spurred widespread skepticism and conspiracy theories. Jeffrey Epstein's connections with influential figures have opened up dialogues on accountability in the upper tiers of society. Epstein's case acts as a mirror reflecting how power can sometimes shield wrongdoing, prompting a deeper societal introspection. His story leaves a legacy of questions and a demand for justice that continues to echo.